Hey, this is Mango with Mango Reviews. Last time I told you that I was going to do a Lux Æterna video analysis, just for the music video. Not so much the song. I might talk a little bit about the song, but it's mostly about the video itself and how I think it really pushes the music forward and how it incorporates some things that really enhances the music. We're going to talk about the color, the composition, the editing, and some of the design elements that they used, for the video. And I really want to give a shout out to the director, Tom Saxony. I just think he does a wonderful job with it and really highlights just the intensity of this song. And so just to be warned, I'm going to start and stop this video quite a bit just so we can take a look at some of the elements. And I might, blow it up full screen so you guys can see it. Otherwise, I'll just be in that up in the corner there. So let's start off at the beginning. I know on the studio track, it doesn't have the feedback from the guitars. It just starts off as the drums and the guitars, like right away, boom. Where the video, I think, adds a little flavor to the song. With this part of it, a little feedback, which is really neat. And then the drums and guitar come in, and it's just the use of the monotone coloring as well with these video boards or screens or whatever you want to call them, and the teal, like the name of the song, Lux Æterna means eternal light. So I'm thinking they purposely picked this color, so kind of shows eternal light. And it gets, I think, further on in the video, it even shows that even more with some of the other colorings as well. But mostly it's monotone with this teal, and they add a little blue with the lasers, and then of course during the solo it's red, which really works well. And at the end they add in some yellow, which I think is during the chorus, which is just amazing. But we'll talk about that later on. As you can see, with the monotone coloring, you just see the silhouettes of these guys, and I think it's just great. I mean, it's just the way everything works together, and the way the video is done. I might show some clips of. I'm going to put a link in the description for the making of video that Metallica put out, in case you haven't seen it yet. It's really cool. But all the cameras are on dolly tracks, so everything is spinning. I'm not sure how many cameras they're using at once, or how many takes they had to do to make this video. I'm sure it was plenty. We're talking probably numerous takes to get all this done. But it's just done so well, and I think it fits the music perfectly. I don't think it could be done any better. I don't. I mean, if I was making a music video, this is how I would want it to be done. If I was a band and I had a certain, I don't know how much, influence the band had on the director, on how it should look. They don't really talk about that. I kind of wish they did. Kind of wish they gave a little background history of, the design process of this, but leaves it up to our imagination how this was done, But it's just done very well. So I'm going to probably be doing a lot of talking. So if you don't, maybe I'll put chapters in here so you guys, if you want to skip around, you guys can. And but I'm just going to play the video, stop it when I want to talk about something, and that's really about it. It's really about how this video was put together to really push the narrative of the song and really enforce the intensity of the song. So we'll carry on. So even with here, I'll stop it again, sorry. But as you can see, I'm going to be starting and stopping a lot. Like this, you see the layers of the video. So it looks like they have there's the background. Let me go back a little bit here. So like in this shot, you have, I think I think the whole room, they have these screens all the way around. And some of the cameras go behind, some of the cameras go in front. So the ones that go behind really add some layering to all this. Plus, you know, they have all this particles flying in the air. I'm not sure if those were done in post-production or if they were done during, you know, if they were added to the set and then just filmed that way. Either way, just adding just those little textures does so much. I mean, it just adds some really neat effects and just some intrigue on what's happening in this little space. I know it's supposed to, you know, they're supposed to be, you know, playing, you know, but it puts them into this weird little space that I think really enforces the you know, the music, and kind of enforces what he's singing about, which is you know, community, you know, kind of like all is one, you know, we're all right here. So let's carry on. So you can see the, you know, the layering, you know, it's just done so well. And just oh, there was something else I wanted to talk about, was the little lens flare right about there. Once in a while you'll see these pop up. Not sure if they're done in post or done during the actual filming, but really neat. Adds another element of light for eternal light, and it really, some of these little elements just add so much. You might not see them at first. I've watched this video probably, I don't know how many times I've watched this video, but I've been enjoying it, and it's just done really well. So continue. So, and just the waveforms or seismographs that are in the background, you know, are done very well. And they're not just the same, you know, kind of this mountainy looking thing, but they have these little expanding, you know, things, which I also think of as, you know, these encompassing circles of, you know, community. You know, and just their silhouettes over the background, just done so well. And just how everything is edited. I know, you know, people are like, oh, that's easy to do. Just edit the, you know, the edits over the beats. Yes, it's easy to do. But how they did it, and what elements they used, and what camera they used, excuse me, you know, just in the few beats, it's done very well. And just the, you know, split-second editing that they used. You know, I can't even imagine how difficult it was back in the like 80s and 90s, before computers really came out with, you know, doing everything on the computer and editing all the videos. Just doing what I'm doing here, you know, and for YouTube is time consuming, and it's not difficult, but it's time consuming. So it's just, I get pleasure from seeing somebody's work done very well, and how much time they spend doing things. And I see things, and I'm like, you know, I'm a video editor and a graphic designer by profession. I also do some photography, so I kind of know about this stuff. I kind of know what's involved, but not everything that's involved. I've done some music videos. I've done some other things, and some of them were short, like this, about 3 minutes, and some of them were very long. You know, I did a 2-hour video with multiple cameras, and it's very, very time consuming to try to decide what camera and when you're going to edit and everything else. But, you know, everything they did here was very deliberate to make a point, to get in your, you know, through your eyes into your brain. This is what we're doing, and this is why we're doing it. And it's for the music, and really only for the music. You know, there might be some subliminal things going on, you know, like this little lens flare that's on the bottom here, you know, this here. But, you know, it just gives me pleasure that somebody spent a whole lot of time with every little detail on this video, coloring, you know, the composition and editing. Let's continue. Look at that, just doom, 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 with the lasers, and then the background, and then, yeah. Okay, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about, with the lasers over James when he's singing. It's not just a single line coming down. In some parts they are. It looks like a box of lasers that's coming down. But there are some openings. And I think the openings are really interesting, and why they chose to do this way without having them full laser lines coming through. You know, where it's kind of like this, almost like a spiral of color. And that's then with the lens flare again. And then just the ever turning camera on each of them. It's just done so well. I mean, I'm probably not explaining it well enough. It's my first video doing this. So my chops, I guess my vocabulary will get better doing these videos. But I want to, if anybody has videos they want me to analyze, send them my way. I love dissecting these things, and it's fun. And I hope you enjoy it as well. Okay, right when the pre-chorus comes in, I think it's with this one and with the second one, they switch to the video board with this really neat audio waveform or seismograph waveform or whatever you want to call it. But especially when full speed or nothing, and the waves just come out, and it makes you feel it. I mean, especially if you're listening to it with headphones and have it at a decent volume, or if you're listening to it in your house with a nice stereo, it's like and you're watching this, on a pretty big screen. It's fun, and it's supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to get you going, because I think the song on its own is good, but with the video, that's how I first heard the song, was with the video. So I tend to listen to this song with the video. I don't tend to listen to this song on its own. I have in the car. But every time I hear the song, I see the video in my head, which is cool. And that's fine. But if you hear the song without a video, you tend to imagine things that's not... It's kind of like reading. You're reading a book. It's not a picture book. You're just reading a book. And your mind fills in what it's supposed to look like. If I would have heard this song without the video, my mind would have filled in things what it should have looked like. With the video, it's hard to detach the song from the video now. I don't say it's not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, because they did such a good job with it. It's not like one of those videos where you're like, oh, I wish the video was better, or I wish we did a different kind of video. I think there's from their last album, Moth to a Flame. The video is very kind of just, and maybe Atlas Rise. The video was kind of, it was just kind of like. But there were some other videos that they did that were really good. I think so far with this video, and then their second song that they released just a few days ago, "Screaming Suicide." So far the videos are great, and I hope they continue. Hope they make a video for every song like they did for the last album. It'd be very cool. So let's keep this going. And like I said, with the rings, as he's saying, full speed or nothing. The rings that are shown in that the video background. And then when he comes to the full chorus, the Lux Æterna and the spiraling light, and then also you have there's a light above his head. And just the way that he's I know they're lip syncing, well, they're not lip syncing, they're actually singing, and they're playing, but there's no amplification. Lars is playing the drums, but there's no mics or anything like that. So they're playing to the song. In the making of video, you can actually hear them. He's actually singing. It's just not, they're not doing this live. It's just it's a recording in the background. I don't think it takes anything away, because James, I think they all are, but James is really, he's doing what he does. You see him live, and this is what he does. He's like all into it, and it's just great. It's really neat that even though this is not a live performance, they're still treating it as a live performance, and they captured all the details of what Metallica does so great, is their live performance. And that's another reason why I like this video. Okay, this is one element I wanted to really talk about. Let me bring it back here. Let me see if I can capture the right time. Might be hard to. I might have to show a screenshot. So I'll show a screenshot and we'll talk about it. Okay, I got the screen up, and as you can see here and over here, almost, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but it looks like, you know, the M and the A of the Metallica logo, which I think is really cool. And it happens throughout the video, you know, and I think it's just done really well. And I don't know if it was on purpose. If it was on purpose, it's cool. If it wasn't, even better, I think, because it's almost subliminal that, you know, this is the M and the A, and it's like just done so well. I mean, it's really cool. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm sure other people have noticed it, but if you didn't, that's good. It's like a little Easter egg in there, I think. Let's get back to the video here. Yeah, you can see it there as well. I mean, it's really neat. And the way they did with Kurt, even though it's a very short little solo, just the way they showed him, it's just pretty cool. I mean, just you can see his hand just come up just enough so you see what's going on. You see that that's him playing that, and it's like I said, the whole thing is just done very well. And that's another shot of Lars and how they purposely changed the laser, instead of just being in one solid, you know, down. They change it to where it's spinning, or it's just one point, you know, either during his drum fill, point of the song that really needs that visual highlight to kind of get you going again, where it's just this spin motion, you know, everything's spinning in this, but there's also other, you know, the cameras are spinning, other elements are spinning, there's things going on in the background, everything's spinning, there's all these little particles you know, that are floating around and doing stuff, and it's like everything is spinning, and it gives you this feeling of just frenzy. You know, when he says frenzy sensation, it's like, yeah, definitely. They're not only the music, but the lyrics, and then you know, the visuals are all pushing this narrative, and it's great. You know, and there it is again. You know, the two, you know, the M and the A, you know, from Metallica. I mean, it's throughout the video. I just think it's cool. And then again, right before that, James points through, like he always does at the concerts. He's always pointing at the crowd. It's almost like he's getting ready to sing this live. I know they've already done it live at the All Within My Hands, you know, charity thing. But I think he's waiting to bring this on. You know, I think they'll open the tour every night with this. Well, I know they're saying that no night is going to be the same. They're going to have 2 nights, and but I have a feeling they're going to open at least one of those nights with this song. They have to. It's just like the whole song is about being at a concert. Yeah, and there it is again. Full speed or nothing. Full speed or nothing with the seismic circles, and it just pushes that. It's just like, you know, like he's pushing that out to everybody. Here you go, and the visuals show that. Yeah, right there. And I don't know if this is done in post or if it's done after the fact. This part is done so well with the kind of mirror, you know, like you have a dual pane mirror, and it's kind of showing 2 different images. I want to say they did this during the shooting. They might have had pieces of glass up, and did this on purpose. And they kind of thought, this is cool looking. Let's do this during his chorus, because I think it really shows his passion, you know, his singing, you know, and it's kind of like just that high note that he hits, and it kind of just forces that to visualize that high note of Lux Æterna. I think it's done so well. Yeah. It's just a great song. How can you not like this song? It's like, it's almost perfect. Like, they purposely, you know, let's make this the hookiest, the riffiest, you know, just everything about this song is just like, it's because how short it is and how, you know, let's just make this perfect. And they did. I think the production is amazing. His singing is really great. The drums sound really good. Everything sounds great. Would I like the song to be longer? Of course, but you know, I don't think it would be better if it was longer. You know, I think they did this on purpose. That's just, you know, everybody's like, oh, maybe this is just the single that, you know, it's shorter, like, you know, like the radio single or whatever you want to call it. No, I think this is what's going to be on the album. It's going to be just like this. I don't think it's going to be any different, and I think it's perfect the way it is. Do I want more of it? Of course, but it wouldn't be this good if it was any different. You know, and just that too. You know, everybody has been saying it sounds like "Hit the Lights," you know, from Kill 'Em All, and I agree, it does. But just, you know, Lars with the cymbal, dun, 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 dun. And then for them to capture it in that way and to edit that way, I think is, I know it sounds kind of like, of course they would do it that way, but no, yeah, of course, for a reason, and because I think it's because we've seen them, you know, I don't know if I've seen them live, you know, numerous times. I've seen a lot of their either their live videos and stuff like that. And Lars is always like, I know people give him a hard time because, no, he's not the best drummer ever. I think he's pretty good. I don't think he's the best drummer ever either, but I think he's better than what people say, especially in this song. And so far on this album, these two songs that have come out, I think they're very good. But just his demeanor on the kit is different from any drummer. I mean, he just has this kind of like, screw you, I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and he shows it, and and in the video they show it as well, and I love it. Okay, so here's where the solo comes in, and you really see the particles in the air. I think the only thing I don't like about this part of the video is I don't think you can see Kurt enough. I want to see more of his hands and more of the guitar. I think it's missing that. I think it's missing close-ups of the guitar and where you could really see his fingers move. You know, I kind of wish it had that. That's only, but I love the color change. Color change is perfect. And you know, you have the particles in the air. I think it's you know, it's done very well. And at the end of the solo, where they pan and zoom out from Kurt, is done very well. And I'll show you. That part is awesome. And then again, you see in the background, you see the M and the A, you know, when the laser's spinning. It's like the subliminal Metallica logo over the whole thing, and it's done very well. Oh, wait. This part is what gets me going every single time. I love how they did this. It's basically, I think it's a mirror image of the lasers. You can see it right here. It's almost like you know, like when you look through a kaleidoscope and things that are in a mirror do this, and that's exactly what they're doing with this. And I think it's done very well in this part of the video. And I think they do it later on in the video as well. But everybody's like, I heard one commenter, they were reacting to the song in the video, and they said, "Oh, it's like a Pink Floyd show." You know, Metallica's stage lighting hasn't been anything spectacular. You know, I'm thinking and Justice for All was the first one I saw. That one actually, was pretty cool. Had the, Statue of Justice and all the columns and stuff, and they're off. And then they crumbled down. The Black Album tour, it was very spare. It was just had those big white things hanging over the top. I think their shows have been getting better when it comes to lights. Upcoming tour is probably going to have, more lights and stuff. I know they're probably the last couple tours have had those boxes that have the video images on it that kind of spin around, and I think in Moth to Flame they have the small little drones that spin around during the during the concert, which is really cool. I kind of wish they would do more stuff like that, because it's something that's really thinking outside of the box. But getting back to this, this section here, being a video editor and being a graphic designer and being a visual person, this is probably my favorite part of the video, even though it's like, 2 or 3 seconds, but it's really cool. And then you have James in the middle there, kind of back, and he's like really going at it, typical James at a concert, just showing what he's good at, and I think it's great. So here's that scene I was telling you about where it pulls. I'll back up a little bit here. The camera pulls out and turns away from Kurt as he plays last of this part, and it's just really neat how they did it. It kind of gives you like this weird kind of, not dizzy feeling, but it's kind of this neat kind of feeling. So here you go. There's James. See? Right there. Okay, here's something else that's really neat. So I'm sure most people have noticed, but they switch right after they show this. Right after they show Kurt, they show Rob, and they show James, like boom, 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 and it's like right in the beats, just the guitar part. And I think they're all in the same location. I think it's done. It's really neat how they put this together. It's like right there, very cool. And then this part, when it ramps back up again with the main riffs, and the lasers stop and start and start and stop. I think I said that wrong. Start and stop on the riff. Just those little details give so much to this video. I can't say enough. And that little, I don't know if that red was an accident, but there was that red section in there right at the beginning. I don't know if it was an accident, if it was purposely put in there. You're like, oh, what's that? And then it goes away. It might have been an accident, and they didn't say we can't redo this. We've taken too many takes, but it might have been done on purpose, because it's like the beginning of the next verse, So it's hard to say, but it's interesting, and it just seems to, this whole part, this whole section here gets really ramped up, and it's just it's coming to the big conclusion of the song. And it's just I'm just thinking of how many layers of video on their timeline for, I'm sure they're using, I would say either Adobe Premiere or Avid or DaVinci. I don't know. I doubt they're using Final Cut Pro, but that's what I use, but I doubt they are. But if they are, cool. But just I would love to work on something like this. I'm working on, there's three little screens here. It's like, I've worked on more stuff, but this is just fun for me as being a video editor, just to watch stuff like this. And even just the close-ups of their faces, when they're, you know, the one of Kurt, and I think there's one of Rob as well, while James is singing, just to show you just their emotion during the song is really cool. It just gives you a little bit more who they are. Like if you've never seen these guys before, like let's say this is your first time seeing this video and seeing Metallica and who they are, you're probably like, first you're probably like, wait, these guys are older. A lot of people don't know that. It's like, yeah, these guys are about, I think they're 60, you know, ish. I think Kurt might be the youngest, but it's just, you know, just seeing these guys in their, you know, 60 and rocking this way is cool as well, and the video shows it, and it's just done very well. Like that part when he really pulls out that the pre-chorus, full, you know, really holds it, and then the drums, you know, the drum fill, and then the you know, there it is again. You have the M and the A, and it's just, you know, was it done on purpose, or was it just a lucky surprise after they filmed it? They're like, oh wait, that actually looks like the M and the A from Metallica. It's like, yeah. Okay, and then the yellow comes in, and it's just, it's a different kind of laser. It's these, almost looks like anime, almost, you know, where it looks like, you know, it's Power Paul Z or something like that. It's like, you know, it's crazy. It's just like, oh my god, this is perfect. It's like, oh my god, I love it. You know, without, and then with the lens flares and with the extra elements and with the blurring, you know, either done live with pieces of glass in front of the camera, or it's done post, you know, with special effects. Not sure if it was done live. That's awesome. I give them credit for that because it's not easy to do. But just being able to, you know, okay, let's add what else can we add to this to really reinforce what he's talking about. And that part again with the the kaleidoscope of lights, where it's just at the end, this, you know, it's really good. And this scene where he's just looking up, you know, very dramatically, and just with the yellow lights again, you know, that's, I wish they would have kept the yellow lights a little bit longer, because they switched them off to blue again, like within seconds, and it's kind of too bad. I kind of wish they would have kept them out a little bit longer, because it would have given a little bit more oomph to it. You know, right there they changed back to the blue. You know, and it's okay, because, you know, they come back with this. Okay. Let me back up here a little bit. I'm not going to play anymore, but I just want... Let's just have the logo up there. Okay. And even with the red and the blue in the background here, with their yellow logo, just looks awesome. You know, the use of color in this video is, you know, there's not a lot, but when they use it right, and it's just done very well. I mean, basically they're using primary colors here, you know, red, blue, and yellow. Let's go back a little bit here, just for a second. I go back to just the ending. You know, just the way that they use the silhouette again, you know, to show each of the band members. And then, you know, and then just this ending again with the yellow logo. It's just done so well. And I'm saying right when it comes on. And then the use of the feedback again, which is not in the studio version, which I think adds a lot to the video. So they're kind of, you know, the video is feeding off the music, and then and the music is feeding off the video. Where in the studio version, they don't have that on either end of the song, and I think this really adds a lot to the video. So, if you're interested in me looking at videos and telling you my thoughts on them, doing a little analyze on them, let me know. I think as I do these, I'll get better and better. But like I said, this was my first one. But I really enjoyed the video, so I really had to say something about this. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, and share. Again, this is Mango for Mango Reviews. See you later. It's done very well.